Is the outcome of their life going to be any different whether I pray or not? I kind of got a little bit of my question answered already. So
Okay.
I am a believer in Jesus because he's changed my life.
Yes.
But my question is, I truly believe in the power of prayer. I think prayer changes things.
Yes.
So to kind of, I didn't want to go into the predestination thing, but this is a topic that we've been talking about in my church. So it makes sense what you said about God knowing but not causing. So if prayer can change things, does that still stand in with the causation and the knowing part? Because
No, because God always knew you would pray or you wouldn't pray. God's never taken by surprise. I didn't know Dana would pray. Now I got to change things. Right?
Well, I do believe that things are a domino effect from people's obedience. Like, I feel like my grandmother's obedience to Christ over and over and over in her life is why all her children and grandchildren are saved. I will always believe that.
Maybe she prayed quite a bit, and that helped that along. But they still had free will. But God put certain factors or certain causes in their lives that may have directed them to make that free will choice, and they decided to do it. But God's not going to override free will. If God were to override free will, then we wouldn't be real moral creatures, and he would have robots.
Right.
And then everybody would be saved, but it wouldn't matter because we're just robots.
But like for my children are 16, 19, and 21, right behind me. Is the outcome of their life going to be any different whether I pray or not?
Of course it will. Yeah, it's going to be different.
So God knows that, but he's not causing that.
No, you're causing it.
Okay.
You're praying.
Okay.
You see, prayer gives us the dignity of causality for things that we can't physically do ourselves, right? Now, it's still up to God as to how your prayers, what the outcome of your prayers are. You know, you've heard it's either yes, no, or wait.
Right.
Okay? And God knows the end from the beginning. He takes all of prayers from people throughout history, and he works his will in a way that there's no way we can understand. We don't have the capacity to understand.
Right.
And it ultimately all comes out, as Paul talks about in Romans 8, all things work together for good to those that love God and are called according to his purpose. It doesn't say all things are good.
Right.
Evil can still, though, work for good long term through all of those. They're not so much dominoes, but I get your point. The ripple effect, right? There's a ripple effect. Every event that occurs in the world ripples forward to affect a whole bunch of other events. In fact, think about the ripple effect in your own life. For you to even exist, your parents had to meet, their parents had to meet, their parents had to.
Right.
There's a whole big ripple just biologically, right?
Right.
And the same thing is true on things that we do. That's why even when evil happens and we can't see any good coming from it, that's because we can't see the future. We hardly know the present. We know very little about the past.
Right.
The ripple effect and all of those interacting forces can bring good together later. Just like the good was brought through the evil Joseph's brothers did to him, and when he took over Egypt and then fed them later, and he says, what you meant for evil, God meant for good, the saving of many lives now. Right. All the evil they did to Joseph actually rippled forward to help them later.
Right.
God could do that. God can work all that out.
Okay. Thank you.
Keep praying.